that for the Morning Lord that's hanging over the fireplace, and you find that, well, the first thing that you see is you estimate that the golden sun disk is worth about 750 gold pieces.
Wow.
However, behind the sun disk, you find that there's a niche in the wall where part of the stonework has been removed, and inside that you find a potion of superior healing that is in a crystal and electrum flask. And the flask itself is worth 250 gold pieces. And you find also in the niche are 4 golden candelabras that are worth 250 gold pieces each.
Nice job, you found the old man's safe.
So, let's see here. Where is... This is not what I am looking for. Maybe it is. I guess it is. So you guys are going to hole up in here and take a long rest?
Yep. I'm in bad shape with spell slots.
Okay.
I'm in bad shape all around.
True.
Okie dokie.
And before we barred ourselves in, I made sure the outside of the building wasn't on fire.
Thank you.
Right, yeah. That might be a good idea. You know. So... So while you guys are resting, outside the door, you can hear that there are 2 more Mongrelfolk that are trying to get in. They are not able to get through the barred door, but you can hear them basically banging on the door and trying to chop at the door, but they are unsuccessful at getting through the door.
Nobody's home. Come back in.
We did not order Inferno Pizza.
You are successful in completing a long rest.
Excellent. Me too.
So they just eventually give up and go away?
Now, at the back of this hall are 2 sets of stairs that lead upstairs to this wing. Or, I'm sorry. There's 1 set of stairs that goes down to a cellar, and 1 goes up to a tower.
I want to first up, personally.
You want to go up?
That's where I'd like to look, yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, let's go up.
The wooden stairs climb 20 feet to a loft with a pitched roof and a door in the center of the south wall. Unlit lanterns hang from the rafters, and a rope dangles from a bronze bell lodged in the belfry 30 feet overhead. The room is filled with the sound, no, never mind. This is where the sound of beautiful music had originally come from. A black shroud covers a humanoid shape lying on a wooden table. The music does nothing to stir it. A cot heaped with furs rests in the northeast corner, surrounded by empty wine bottles. An oil lamp burns atop a table nearby, silhouetting the covers on the bed. So in the belfry, this is where Cloven Bellevue, one of the Mongrelfolk, if you remember, he came downstairs. He's the Mongrelfolk that has a large crab pincher for one arm, and he was playing a viola. And on the table, though, is a black tarp that's covering what looks to be a humanoid form.
Let's uncover it dramatically.
Okay.
I'll give you a couple dramatic flute play. Do.
So, Helga, you go over and you dramatically remove the tarp. Beneath the shroud lies a creature made of stitched-together body parts. To your horror, you recognize that some of these body parts are your own.
What? That's weird.
And then suddenly, your eyes play tricks, for what truly lies on the table are chopped up body parts, all of them taken from cold, gray, lifeless women, all of them waiting to be stitched together into something horrid.
So he was still at it, even though he pretended to be sorry.
Well, I mean, it's like going to IKEA. You always have leftover parts.
Well, if it doesn't take too much time, I guess I'll stick him back in the ground. At some point, I'll use the tarp to gather all the gross body parts.
Just carrying around a burlap bag of woman parts.
I've been digging graves this whole campaign, so I'm probably pretty good at it now.
I know, right? You should get, like, proficiency in grave digging. From up here, you can look out the window across the Abbey courtyard, and you can see the entrance to the south wing, and you can see that from up here you can see that one of the Mongrelfolk that had been banging on the front door of the main hall was indeed Cloven, and there's another Mongrelfolk that's with him. You've noticed that the Mongrelfolk that was tied to the hitching post by the chain has been let go, but it appears that when they let her go, she just took off. She was the one that had bat wings and was convinced that everybody was trying to kill her. Possibly not incorrectly. Yeah, that's all that's up here, I think. Yes, that's all that is up here. Empty wine bottles and woman parts.
Alright, I guess we should go down below then and look in the basement.
In the basement.
Yay, creepy cellars.
Wait, is the bell up here that rings at random times, or
Yes. So,
is there anything evil or bad about it? I can't remember why it rings.
no, Cloven would ring the bell at the reason why the bell rang at random times is because Cloven would ring the bell whenever the abbot would tell him it was time to feed the Mongrelfolk.
Oh, okay, alright. Never mind, let's go to the cellar then.
Everybody make a perception check.
Do not go on the computer.
No, whopping 9.
I got 16, yeah.
14.
What did Clarice get? Or Carries, rather?
Oh, 17?
So from up here, the other thing that you can see is that the second floor of the south wing, the south wing being much larger than the north wing that you're in now. The second floor of the south wing, you can see that numerous windows have been broken, and from here, looking inside, you can see what looks to be, you can see part of a hallway, and you can see like there's a tipped over stretcher that has large metal wheels. It looks like the second floor may have been used as a hospital.
Interesting.
Going down into the wine cellar, The stone steps descend 20 feet to a cellar that contains 10 barrels of wine and L-shaped wooden racks packed with wine bottles. The wine bottles, the barrels in the center of the room are empty. The wine names are emblazoned on the barrels, as is the winery's name, the Wizard of Wines. The barrels against the east wall contain Purple Grape Mash number 3, which is a cheap wine. And the 4 barrels against the south wall contain Red Dragon Crush, a fine wine. The wine racks contain 30 bottles of Purple Grape Mash number 3 and 24 bottles of Red Dragon Crush.
And we got a hookup on wine. I don't think we need wine.
Carice, make a investigation check.
Who?
Carice the Third.
Ugh. No, it's not investigation. 11.
So on an 11, you find in the wine rack, you find one bottle that is empty and unstoppered. And its label reads Champagne de la Stampe. And inside, you find a rolled up scroll of Hero's Feast.
Of Hero's what?
Hero's Feast.
Oh, okay.
So where do you want to go from here? There is the south wing. Also, from the when you are in the belfry, the other thing that you can see is that just past the south wing, you can see some overgrown gardens are nestled on that side of the cliff.
I want to look inside before we go outside. So, you said the south wing is another place we can investigate.
Okay. We can do that. And I will move the camera.
Wow, you got that assembled fast.
Give me just a moment. I'm going to go get another water. I'll be right back.
The Hero's Feast scroll sounds badass.
What to do? They gotta look up.
You bring forth a great feast, including magnificent food and drink. The feast takes 1 hour to consume and disappears at the end of that time. The beneficial effects don't set in until 1 hour is over. 12 creatures can partake in the feast. A creature that partakes in the feast gains several benefits. The creature is cured of all disease and poison and becomes immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Its hit point maximum is increased by 2d10 and gains the same number of hit points. These benefits last for 24 hours.
That is great. So we have all the stuff that we need to defeat Strahd now, if we want to, but I don't think we're high enough of a level to do it, right?
Oh, I don't think we should today until when we have everybody. How do you guys feel about splitting up the party kitty at some point, dividing up the money and doing buy stuff, armor increases or whatever we need? I think that might help us.
That is true. We'll have to go all the way back to Milwaukee for them, though, I think, right? So,
Yeah, this town doesn't have much of anything.
that's true.
But yes, we haven't done that yet, and so at this point we might actually be able to get a couple cool things for each person. Because, yeah, I have no idea what's in it, but I'm assuming we have quite a bit stashed away by now.
The stuff we got here is some of the best that we've gotten so far, I think.
But yeah, so yeah, I figured I'd throw it towards you guys, see how you thought or what you felt about it.
It'd be wise to do that, I believe. So, yeah.
But yeah, I figured we'd hold off on that till when we get the majority, if not all the people together. Figure after the holidays.
Yeah.
Okay, I am back. So you step in, you open the you step in. This room used to be an office, as evidenced by the remains of a desk and chair, both of which have been smashed to pieces. A hallway to the south leads to a staircase going up. A dark passage to the east is full of unnatural whispers, mad laughter, and bestial odors. In here are two Mongrelfolk, Cloven being one of them, and they were the ones trying to break into the main hall. They are quite angry with you and are going to attack. Roll initiative.
Ah, shit.
21.
Okay, Pepperell got a
13.
Okay.
11.
And Helga.
15.
Okay. The Mongrelfolk got a whole whopping 5. So, Pepperell, what would you like to do?
With the bonus for my Cloak of Flies and shouting telepathically, intimidate check, knock it off or you'll die like the Abbot did.
Okay. Go ahead and make an intimidation check with advantage.
Yep. 26.
They are intimidated. They are going to be at disadvantage for any attacks. Let me see. And they are frightened of Pepperell.
So did that take a full action, or what do I have left?
That would be a full action.
Okay, then I'll just move up right in their faces.
Okay. Okay. Helga, what would you like to do?
So, is Clovis, intelligent enough to survive, without assistance? Or not really?
Cloven, is barely capable of feeding himself, and from what you witnessed in his room up in the belfry, you would suspect that, left to his own devices, Cloven will probably drink himself to death.
Okay, so we should put him down then.
He's retarded and a chronic alcoholic. We better just put him out of his misery.
It should not be, so that's the way I'm gonna put it. Let's see. Roll the 3, there's no way. If I can attack, roll the 6.
So yeah, both of those miss.
Yeah.
All right. Carice the Third, what would you like to do?
Yeah, these things don't seem too impressive. I'm just gonna smack one in the face with the firebolt.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
Quick and easy. Soft 20?
Yeah, that hits.
Oh. Look, crappy. 8 damage.
Okay, yeah, he does not like that. Let's see here.
Roll 2
8.
2s. Not that damage was my bonus. Right?
What'd he do? His the Mongrelfolk that you shot in the face with the firebolt, his extraordinary feature is that he has insect eyes, which gives him dark vision. Mike, what would you like to do?
I'll slash at the closest one with my great axe.
Okay.
Or not. That was a 1.
Ooh. Okay.
I'll help you on that one side.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
You only get an inspiration points when you kill werewolves, right?
On a 44, Mike trips and falls prone before the Mongrelfolk.
They really need to clean these floors, man.
So,
They need to have OSHA signs up. Nobody posted tall has it.
Right?
You need to get better horseshoes for your feet.
Maybe that's why I don't have shoes.
so you have a couple of options. So you have a second attack, which you could make with disadvantage, or
What was that?
so you have a second attack, which you could make at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could spend half your movement to stand up, and the Mongrelfolk with the bug eyes gets an attack of opportunity on you.
I'll take the attack of opportunity and stand up.
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay, so he tries to claw you. 19 to hit.
That hits.
For a terrifying 4 points of piercing damage from his dagger.
Can I make my second attack, or is that my turn?
No, you can make a second attack.
Huzzah! 19 to hit.
That hits him.
For 15 damage.
Okay, so you swing out with your axe and just bury it in his bug-eyed skull and drop him.
I laugh at his dagger.
Yeah. Haha, stupid dagger. Let's see here. So Cloven.
Takes 4 points for being adjacent to me.
Yep. Cloven disengages and jumps back to the corner and cowers in the corner, holding up his crab pincher claw arm in front of his face, and starts whimpering and crying, saying, please don't hurt Cloven, please don't hurt me. Pepperell, it is your turn. What do you do?
I will move back so that my 2 friends who are adjacent won't take Cloak of Flies damage. So 1 diagonally left.
Okay.
Or sorry, right.
Okay.
And I will continue to berate him telepathically. Your claw's stupid, and no one likes you breaking utensils, and gosh.
Go ahead and make another intimidation check.
$18.
Yeah, he's still intimidated. He's not as frightened as he was, but he is still distinctly worried about having an axe buried in his skull like his friend here. Helga, what would you like to do?
I'd like to mercifully put this creature down.
That's some lawful good for you.
Yep, right there. And start cleaning it.
That hits.
Oh, yay. Okay. 6 damage.
Okay.
And then my second attack missed.
Okay. All right. Carice the third.
So, how healthy does this thing look?
Not very.
Yeah,
We'll do a simple firebolt.
Okay.
Right. Probably not going to hit at 11.
That hits.
Oh, nice. $15, 19 damage.
Okay. So you blast him with a firebolt, and Cloven is lit on fire and dies screaming.
Aww.
I try to make it strong enough to just to disintegrate him. My bad.
I tried.
Sometimes the therapy hurts. So, from here, you're in the foyer, there is a stairwell that leads up. And then there is this door that leads to the next area down here.
Somebody pick.
Should we clear the floor first?
Sure.
So through the door?
Okay.
Let's go.
Down here.
This one may come.
So you move into the next area. This is a lightless corridor, and there are multiple doors behind which lie creatures that shatter the quiet with their mad cackles and whispered curses. The stench is overpowering. Even in the gloom, you can make out a monstrous shape that's lumbering down the hall. When the darkness can no longer hide its true nature, your eyes are treated to a terrifying 7-foot-tall assemblage of human body parts. This is yet another Flesh Golem. When you look at it, coming down the hall towards you, you can see that this probably was the Abbot's first attempt at making a Flesh Golem. It's much bigger and sturdier than Vasilka was. And it is coming to attack you. Its orders are to basically protect the area from anybody that it doesn't recognize. Everybody roll initiative.
Pepperell gets a 17.
Ew. I got a 7.
I
That's
got 18. I did well.
okay.
Mike got a soft 20.
Okay. All right. So, Mike, what would you like to do?
So he's all the way at the end of the hall there?
Yep, he is coming your way, though. I mean, this guy makes Frankenstein look hot.
I'm gonna move 10 feet forward to the door there,
Okay.
and then ready an attack for his approach.
Okay. You can do that. Helga, what would you like to do?
Let's see. What's the rush? I got crossbow roll. I can do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled horribly. I'm gonna use a lucky
Okay.
3 because I don't wanna. Let's see if I did anything.
Well, how horrible is horrible?
2. That's what I rolled.
Oh, well, okay.
I rolled a 15, so 18 to hit.
That hits.
Cool, and it is 1d10 piercing. So let me grab a d10. And I got 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So he takes 5 points. Oh, wait. He takes no damage.
What?
He is immune to lightning, poison, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, and from non-magical attacks not made with adamantine weapons.
Is your crossbow magic?
No, only my thigh-bone mace is magic. Damn it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he's quite sturdy. Pepperell, what would you like to do?
I will ready action to curse him when he comes within 30 feet.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you ready in action to curse him? He goes forward 30 feet. and readies his action, so you can go ahead and curse him. Are you hexing him or cursing him?
Hexblade's Curse, my class feature.
Okay. Let's see here.
Can I see those doors all closed in the hallway?
Yes. Although it is, this hallway, you can barely make out that there are doors on either side of the hallway. There's actually more here than what you can see in this hall. But,
Dark vision with 20.
yeah, you can see them. Here. He is cursed. Yeah. He gets to wear it like a hula hoop. You know he's fat when he can't even wear his curse. Curious the Third, what would you like to do?
On that long list of things, I didn't happen to catch fire on that list, did I?
You did not.
Immunities?
You did not. In fact, I will tell you, he has an aversion to fire. If he takes fire damage, he has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the end of his next turn.
Nice.
I will also tell you that he has 11d8 plus 44 hit dice.
I'm going to... No, let's not do that. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray. That sounds like a good spell.
Okay. Let me move you into a position where you could do that. Okay.
21, 22, and 9.
All three hit.
Oh, shit. We will go with that. Let's see. (21) 24 fire damage.
Okay. And he is terribly upset by being on fire.
And seeing how much pain he's in, I will go ahead and quicken a second one.
Okay.
Each one's above 20.
Yep, that all hits.
So, 20 damage.
Okay. All right.
That'll be it.
So he's at disadvantage until the end of his next turn. Mike, what would you like to do?
Mike is going to be sad that he can't use his axe. Go into a rage.
Okay.
And use the blood spear.
Okay. Are you going to move forward and attack him?
Yep.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make your attacks.
23.
That's a hit.
for 10 damage.
Okay,
16 for the second hit.
that's a hit.
For 15 damage.
Okay. All right. Helga, what would you like to do?
There's not a lot of room in the hallway there with this huge guy.
You could move forward 10 feet and then make an attack.
Okay,
To make life easier, I will just go ahead and we know that there's doors there, so we will just go ahead and remove those doors.
okay, I'll go ahead and do that then.
Okay.
14 hit?
14 hits.
Okay, cool. And let's see, 5 roll, so 5 damage for that attack. And then I rolled a 4 on the second attack, so I doubt that.
No, 4 misses.
Yeah.
So on the first attack you did 4 points of damage. Did you want to throw a divine smite on that?
It's radiant damage, is that even gonna affect it?
Yeah. He takes all of it.
Okay. Alright, I'll go ahead and, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that then. Make those and 5 and 8, so 13.
Okay. He does not fly into a berserk rage. Pepperell, what would you like to do?
I will use Relentless Hex and teleport behind him for my bonus.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Sun Sword.
Go for it.
It's an 18 hit.
It does.
For 11 points radiant.
Okay.
Plus the whip. Whoops. Gotta roll the hit. Is it 15 hit?
It does. Is the whip magical?
It's silvered, but it's what I've got in my hand, so I was attacking with it.
Okay, so he's immune to it.
Okay.
Your Sun Sword strike, though, does succeed in driving him into a berserk rage.
Yay me. Then I will. What can I do? Bonus. I already did bonus. No, I'm okay. That's all for me.
Okay. The Flesh Golem.
Already did pretty decent damage with this spear.
Is really angry, and it turns and is going to make 2 slam attacks on Pepperell.
Okay.
He gets disadvantage.
Yes, you are right. Rolled the same number twice. 18 to hit.
That does. Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. Hold on just a second here. Let me resolve his damage first. $12 points of bludgeoning damage. And then his Hellish Rebuke, his save,
Dex DC 15.
gets a 13.
Mike's gonna use his reaction to reduce the golem's damage
Okay.
by 10.
Cool. So I only take 2 off my 10. He takes 28 fire.
Okay. And you further his disadvantage to his next turn. And his second slam attack. 21 to hit.
Does.
For 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Carries the third. What would you like to do?
This thing's not looking too well by this point, alright?
No.
Yeah.
So if you make a ranged spell attack, because of the size of this hallway and the fact that they're all in melee with it, you would be at disadvantage to hit.
Well, how's everybody's health looking?
I'm okay.
I'm okay too.
Thanks to the defensive magic, still in good shape.
Well, let me see what I got over in this arsenal. How about Toll the Dead on it?
Okay. No, he fails with an 8.
Woohoo.
Nice. Then he will take 1d12 to the dice. Oh, that's damage too. 12.
Okay. So he takes 12 points. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Mike.
Stabby. 21.
That's it?
For 14 damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna assume a 10 misses.
No, a 10 hits.
Oh, well, never mind. For 15 damage.
Okay. Mike spears him and kills the big golem. So Mike, you get to roll 2d6 for temp hit points.
2d6.
Okay.
So in the future, I do know magic weapons, so I can make a normal weapon magic for, a while, but better than this one.
That's definitely beneficial.
Yeah, because these things suck. They're like huge and everything.
That's what I was suggesting. Maybe we might want to upgrade.
Yeah.
Start getting some +1 weapons, or at least something.
So before we, in that vein, I think the only one that I haven't heard from is Cameron. Cameron, you need to get me. So your choice. Either you can send me 3 traits that you want for a artifact, or I can go ahead and custom design one for you.
You would do a better job than I would. I'm awful at getting things done on time, so.
Okay, no problem. I will go ahead and do that. So my plan is, so I am declaring that next week will be Midwinter's Day, and I will have a PDF for each of you for your Christmas present.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
So that may alleviate some of these issues, because these are going to be fairly strong items. So.
Cool. Is there a way for us to lock this place up so that these things won't escape until we get our Christmas presents?
Well, the rest of everything that's in here, in each of these cells, so you're in this hallway, and on each side are cells, and the cells have barred doors, but they're not. They don't appear to really be locked in any way. But each of these cells appears to have Mongrelfolk living in their own filth. As you come down the hall, the first room that you see, this room was once a shared bedchamber, but its furnishings have been destroyed. 3 shrieking mongrels cower in a shadowy northwest corner. One of them cradles something shiny. When you look closer, you see that the one that's cradling something shiny, he actually is holding a brass candlestick, and he's holding it like it's a doll, and he's shushing it and petting it.
Aww.
In the next room, 4 mongrel creatures brawl amid the wreckage of this bedchamber, while a 5th watches and cackles behind a life-size painted wooden statue of a saintly woman in robes. In the third room, 7 mongrels are seated in the middle of this room, forming a ring. They appear to be chanting a spell. Carice the Third, make an Arcana check.
Arcana? I can do that. Oh, that's good. I don't think I've heard this tune at a 9.
With a 9, you realize that they're not really chanting a spell. They think they are, but they're actually just speaking non-magical gibberish.
Yeah.
So sad.
In the next room, there are 9 mongrel creatures stand in the middle of this room, staring at the doorway in silence with hungry looks in their eyes. Mike, make a insight check. On a 6, you just looking at these guys, you can tell that it looks like these particular Mongrelfolk have not eaten in days, and that they will probably try to kill and devour anything that steps in the room.
How does the poison wine work that we kept? Like, is it enough to kill things?
Yeah. You could throw in the poison wine and they'll likely drink it.
Well, what does the party say? It seems like a good occasion to use it.
Yeah, seems legit.
Yeah, these things are awful. They should not be. I feel like a garbage man or something. Because somebody made a huge fucking mess, and we all are just dealing with it.
In the next room, the room is packed wall to wall with mongrels wallowing in their own filth. The floor is strewed with gnawed bones. The room after that, 8 mongrels caper about the wreckage of this bedchamber while singing a rhyme. One of them holds up a glittering gold statue as it leads its mad parade. And it's singing, "The devil dwells in this dark house upon the misty pillar. First he'll taste her sweet, sweet blood, and then he'll have to kill her."
Right, we don't have enough wine to kill all of these things.
So, in this room where they're singing this rhyme, Pepperell, make a perception check.
Okay. Man, no skill checks today, an 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
The most that you can discern is that the gold statue probably is worth about 250 gold pieces. And it appears that it may be a statue of Saint Markovia. And
relay that information to the group and see if they care at all.
in the next room, filthy mongrels cradle screaming young in the debris-strewn corners of this room, while several more hoot and holler roll on the floor and whack each other with sticks. And in the last room, This room contains a fort made of piled bits of shattered furniture and torn draperies. From within the fort, you hear a mischievous cackle, and it says, "No normies allowed."
All right, plan B. Let's get all the booze from the other room and let these guys get good and drunk, and then we can go in and like slit their throats while they're passed out. This is a shitload of things that we have to murder to make Lysander happy, I guess.
So, I would say that the potion of poison that you guys got, and the mixed with the poisoned wine, you would have enough to kill all of them. It doesn't take very much, and it's not like these Mongrelfolk have a good constitution to begin with.
Let's Jim Jones this fucker. Let's do it.
We'll get them all sneakers and purple sweatsuits.
Yep. Start passing out the Kool-Aid.
That's what we're doing. We're really doing that. All right.
Okay.
I will give them the gourd of wine and be like, here you are. How about it?
Okay.
Do all the horrible deeds here. I don't know if anyone else cares to, but
So, let's see. It takes roughly about 4 minutes, and all the Mongrelfolk fall into a sleep and expire. Pepperell, you find that the gold statue that was of Saint Markovia that was worth 250 gold pieces, as you pick it up, it grants any good aligned character a +1 bonus to saving throws.
nice.
So I don't know which one of you are good.
Just me, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's just me, the one that killed all the people.
Right?
So the +1 to what now? Saving throws?
+1 to all saving throws.
Oh, okay, cool.
However,
I'm lawful neutral, so I don't get any juice out of it.
and then, let's see here.
I'm so neutral. I call for a code beige.
That was really the only thing really worth having. However,
Let's fertilize the garden with all the mongrel shit.
Soylent mongrel.
That's right, I'm a mongrel.
The shine makes it less.
Helga, roll D100.
Oh lord, I didn't know. Let me rotate.
Did you accidentally draw a card from the deck of many things?
Alright, here we go. Put them together. 63.
So, Helga, your time in Barovia has taken its toll on you. And you gain an indefinite madness.
Oh, God, yeah.
Your flaw is replaced with the flaw of, I am the smartest, wisest, strongest, fastest, and most beautiful person I know.
So narcissism.
Basically, yes.
Okay, I've become narcissistic as a defense mechanism against the horrible horrors I've witnessed. Alright, I can roll with that. Let's do it.
Chris, do any of the Mongrelfolk count as a humanoid I've slain?
They are humanoids, but they wouldn't count as somebody that you've slain per se, since they drank the wine of their own volition.
Okay, no, I didn't want to take specific and go knife them because they're kind of victims in their own way.
Yeah.
But I wasn't against the process, so I was just curious if it would count. I'd make use of one of them as a specter.
So from here, you've cleared out the downstairs area. Upstairs is where you saw what looked to be a hospital.
So what now?
So when you were in the belfry, you know that you looked through the broken windows upstairs in the building that you're currently in, and you thought that it looked like it may have been a hospital at some point.
Okay. Let's see what horrors are waiting there. I'm sure I can fix this.
I'm sure there's more things for us to poison upstairs. Split the party. We can always poison more people that way.
I can do it myself. Don't forget.
Let's split up. We can poison more people that way.
Right.
I think I just want to like listen outside of it and see if we can get if there's anything in there. I don't know how much more murdering I can do today. I'm pretty.
I've worked it out today.
Been murdering on the store.
Murdering for the good of the people.
That's right. That's right. It's righteousness being meted out by the superior warriors of God. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody's big ear just got lost.
Hold on just a moment. I will be right back. Let's see here. So you come up the stairs. A wood counter shaped like an L. I'm sorry, did somebody say something?
No.
Okay. A wood counter shaped like an L stands at the front of this spacious office. All the other furniture has rotted away, leaving heaps of moldy wood and faded cloth. You open the door that leads out of this office. I'm letting Pepperell and Mike take the lead.
Shouldn't I be in front as the strongest one?
You're the murderous paladin. You're welcome to be in front.
She's like, I'm the best looking.
As well, yes, that is true.
This spacious chamber contains bed frames of wrought iron arranged in 2 neat rows. Cobwebs and bits of rotten mattress cling to each frame. 3 doors are spaced along the south wall, each with a plaque mounted on it. From west to east, the plaque reads operating room, nursery, and morgue.
I like the and more.
And more, yes. And actually, this room would be more apt without these interior walls. So there are 3 doors off this, and this is not a adequate representation of the upstairs hospital, but we will use it as a battle map. Hold on here. Everybody make a perception check.
Perception, you say? Ooh, I didn't see shit.
Me and skills, 8.
11.
15.
All right, so Mike and Helga see it. In here, attempting to be stealthy and hide from you, in the shadows are shadows. And actually, there's one more. We'll just use him as a shadow. So you are not surprised. Go ahead and everybody roll initiative. There are 6 of these shadows in here.
22-ish.
Ouch.
Hold on just a sec. Alright. Helga, what'd you get?
8.
Ugh. Mike.
9.
Carice.
I rolled a 1, so I have 4.
Shit. I thought I rolled bad. The Shadow's got a 5. So Pepperell, the only one that has an initiative that's worth a shit, what do you want to do?
Do we know? We fought some shadows before, so I know about some of their vulnerabilities, right?
Yeah, you know that they are vulnerable to radiant damage, meaning they'll take double damage from radiant. And you know that they are resistant to acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. They are immune to necrotic and poison, and they have condition immunities of exhaustion, frightened, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, and restrained.
So I'll turn that corner to camera left to put myself in between the two.
Okay.
And cast Word of Radiance. Con save 15.
Okay. Con save 15.
Around the corner in between those two.
Oh, I see. So right here.
Use that for
Yes.
Nat 20. One save.
Let's see.
The other only got an 11.
So the one that failed takes 20. That's already doubled for Radiant.
Okay, so, yep, he is blown away.
Let's see if I can find the sticky pads.
And so the other one took 10?
Warner Radiance is not half on
Oh, okay.
save. It's all or none.
Well, he's a lucky son of a bitch.
Yep.
Mike, what would you like to do?
But you said that there's 5?
There's now 5 of them.
Okay. I will rage and go towards the one that's in that back corner there.
Okay.
So from there. And I will stabby with the spear.
Go for it.
23.
That's a hit.
For 15 damage.
Okay. Your next attack?
14 to hit.
That is a hit.
For 13 damage.
Okay. You are able to put down the second shadow.
Aha.
And you get 2d6 temporary hit points. Now those do not add to your previous temporary hit points, they would replace them.
Well, let's see if I roll that. I rolled less than I did last time. Does it just replace them?
You can. I will let you keep the previous ones.
Okay.
All right. Helga, what would you like to do?
So the holy symbol of raven kind that I have, it can make 30 feet of sunlight in here. Is that an active or bonus action?
Let me take a look. So, let's see here. As an action, you can expend 5 charges while presenting the holy symbol to make it shed bright light in a 30-foot radius, and dim light for an additional 30 feet. The light is sunlight and lasts for 10 minutes. So, shadows, while in sunlight, have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws.
I think I'll go ahead and cast that, so they're at disadvantage.
Okay, so let's see. This here is actually 20 feet. If you moved forward 15 feet, you could. If you moved forward 20 feet, you could get all of them.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. Okay, so you hold it forward, and 30 feet radius, there is bright sunlight and there's dim sunlight for an additional 30 feet beyond that. They are all now at disadvantage for just about everything. Okay, so the shadows. The first shadow is going to make an attack on Pepperell with disadvantage. Ugh, shit. Nat 1. Pepperell, if you would like, I will allow you to take a reaction to make an attack on the shadow.
Oh, of course, with my Radiant and Blinding Sun Sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
16.
That is a hit.
Hold on, I need to roll undead damage. Uh, 19 points of radiant.
Oof. That's rough.
That's not doubled yet. That's just what it does against undead.
Yeah, it's you swing the sun sword down and you just see this shadow just vaporize and just dissipate into nothingness. This shadow is going to take a 5-foot step and attack Helga. This shadow is going to take a 5-foot step and attack Carice. And this shadow will move 15 feet to attack Pepperell again. So, first, I'll go ahead and attack Pepperell again, and I'll just go around the board. Fuck me! Another nat 1, except you're out of reactions. There's really not a whole... He's immune to all of these conditions, so it's not like he can fall prone. He basically just stubs his shadow toe, bangs his shadow shin, and is like, for this round. The other shadow is going to attack Helga and bone that with a 10. The other shadow is going to attack Carice. And only gets a 13.
Nope.
Yeah, disadvantage sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Carice, what would you like to do?
There's one all up in my face.
Yep.
Let's hit him with a fuck. No, I'm gonna pull out. No, you said they're immune to frighten, right?
Correct.
Let's hit him with a firebolt finger gun. Bow.
Okay.
Ew. 11.
An 11 misses.
That will be my turn.
Okay. So Carice misses, and one of the rotting beds, what's left of the mattress, catches on fire.
I'm so angry, you're making me kick grass.
Pepperell, what would you like to do with the one that's in your face?
I will step forward 1 square, so I'm adjacent to 2 of them, and Word of Radiance again.
Okay.
Con DC 15, they're at disadvantage, I think.
Correct.
Yes.
And everybody's getting a tan. First one gets a 14. God damn it, the second one gets a nat 1.
They take 10 doubled.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Well, the second one takes 40 and is just obliterated. And this one is dead from 20. All right, Mike, what would you like to do? There's one left.
Run at it and poke it with a stick.
That seems to be a common theme.
Nat 20?
Yeah. Double damage.
Uh, 24 damage.
Yeah, so you stab it with the blood spear and kill it in one shot. You can roll 2d6, see if you get more temp hit points.
Nope, the exact same thing.
Okay.
So,
All right.
There we go. First flies up.
So you have these 3 doors that lead to the operating room, the nursery, and the morgue. Which one of them would you like to open?
Well, I'm sure I can whatever horrors are inside the nursery with my newfound confidence.
Okay. So you open the door to the nursery. This room contains the wreckage of old wooden cribs. When you open the door and you see these old wooden cribs, you look up in the window and you see a figure that is reflected in the window, and it looks like a nun wearing white robes standing in the doorway. And she holds up a finger to shush you and then disappears.
I don't think she's really a nun. She didn't beat anybody. No.
She doesn't have a ruler. That's not a nun. So there's the morgue and the operating room.
Ghostbusters.
I will pull out my holy symbol of ball.
Okay. So there's doors to the operating room and the nursery.
Nursery?
Or I'm sorry, operating room and the morgue.
Let's check out the OR. Let's do it.
Okay.
It's not much in the nursery, right? Just a bunch of cribs and like a ghost nun.
So you open the door to the operating room, and you see a blood-stained table that stands in the middle of an otherwise empty room. You come in, and as soon as you step in, a scream fills the room. A scream that echoes through time. It is followed by other fainter screams of those who died under the knife. And the screams fade until they are nothing more than haunting memories. Aside from that, there's nothing of value in here.
All right, to the morgue.
Okay.
The morgatory.
The morgatory? When you open the door to the morgue, you see that there's a raven that is perched on the windowsill of this otherwise empty room.
I wonder if I can speak Raven. I'll give it a try. I'll caw at it.
Okay, so you caw at the raven, and it kind of cocks its head at you, and it flies down into the garden downstairs and lands on a scarecrow's shoulder in the garden.
If there's nothing else of value in here, I'll go where the Raven went.
Okay. Yeah, that's all that was upstairs in... Or wait. No, there's one other room upstairs. Everybody make a perception check.
11.
Wow, I got over 10, a 14.
12.
15.
So, Mike, you can hear... So, in the corner room, it appears there's yet another door, and their sign over the door says barracks. And you can hear the sound of somebody moving around inside in there.
Quick, there's somebody over there.
Let's go investigate.
Dun dun dun.
So you open the door, and you see that there are bunk beds that have disintegrated with old age and lie in heaps along the walls of this moldy 30-foot square room. In the room, you see a woman. Hold on, let me pull her up here so that I can give you an adequate description of her. Here she is. So you see this woman, and she's wearing a like a red leather dueling jacket, and she has raven black hair that's tied up with a red cloth. You can see that she's fairly well armed. She has a silvered longsword, a hand axe, and a rapier. And the most noticeable thing about her is that her right leg is a prosthetic, and her right leg has been actually made out of an old violin.
Cool.
And she turns to you and says, "Oh, are you also guests of the Abbot?"
Sure. Yeah.
She bows before you and introduces herself as Esmeralda de Evenure.
So, where's this from?
She says, so out of curiosity, what has brought you to the Abbey of Saint Markovia? And if I may ask, on a personal note, what is your opinion of the Abbot and Vasilka?
Well, I'll tell him the truth. That we think he's awful, and we killed him for making monstrosities.
You're just gonna blurt it out.
Yeah, that's part of my deal. So.
She raises her eyebrows and she says, "Well, that was candid." She says, she tells you that she actually snuck into Kresk unseen under the cover of darkness and made her way to the Abbey in the hope of gaining knowledge about Strahd and his domain. But she says she has met the Abbot and Strahd's, and she does air quotes, Strahd's bride. And she says she realizes that the Abbot was insane, and but the Abbot told her that he was expecting Strahd to visit his bride-to-be. And she decided that she was going to wait here and try to assault the vampire when he arrived, but that never happened. She tells you that she is actually working with a vampire hunter named I can't believe I messed up his name. She's working with a vampire hunter named Rudolf von Richten. And she says, it sounds like if you put the Abbot and his abomination down, she says that perhaps you could come and talk with Von Richten and we can formulate a plan for dealing with Strahd together.
That sounds like a good idea to me. I want to tell her about the way that we got out of Strahd's castle with the side secret entrance exit thing.
Okay.
So thinking if we can't meet up again, so everybody can get a crack at Strahd if they want.
Everybody can take a swing.
Can I roll an insight check to see if she's lying to us?
Sure.
Nat 20 plus 4.
Okay. She does not appear to be lying. She is very gruff about her demeanor, but with your insight check, you can determine that for mechanical purposes, you can determine that her alignment is chaotic good.
Sweet.
Okay.
Excellent. So where's the vampire hunter? Are they in Milwaukee or where are they at?
So she tells you that she can lead you back to Von Richten's tower, which from where you are at, I will tell you where it is. Oops, that's the wrong Barovia. It is V on the map. Oh, it's not far from where you're at all. Probably about a day's journey from Crest.
What do you guys think? Should we check it out? Should we go see if we can get some help?
Sure.
I would love some help.
Sounds like they could be a very helpful ally.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I want to tell her leg is cool. It is.
So after about a day's journey, you arrive. You come to a cold mountain lake enclosed by a misty woods and rocky bluffs. Thick fog creeps across dark, still waters. The trail ends at a grass-covered causeway that stretches 100 yards across the lake to a flat, marshy island with a stone tower on it. The tower is old and decrepit, with collapsing scaffolds clinging to one side where a large gash has split the wall. Time-worn griffin statues, their wings and flanks covered with moss, perch atop buttresses that support the walls. Parked near the base of the tower, within sight of the entrance, is a barrel-topped wagon spattered with mud. So there's the tower, and there is a wagon, and on the wagon you see under layers of mud, this wagon sports a fresh coat of purple paint, and its wheels have fancy gold trim. The brass lantern, or a brass lantern, hangs from each corner, and red drapes cover the tombstone-shaped windows on each side. A steel padlock secures the back door, hanging from which is a cheap wooden sign that reads, "Keep Out."
Is that the vampire hunters? Ben?
This is actually Esmeralda's wagon,
Hey, that's cool.
which, to be exact, looks like exactly like that. The tower she leads you in to the tower, and the tower door is made of iron with no visible handles on it or hinges. In the middle of the door is a large embossed symbol, a connected series of lines with 8 stick figures set around it. Carved into the lintel over the door is the word Kazan. Everybody make a history check.
Not a surprise, a 3.
6.
10.
18.
Ooh. On your 18, you recognize the name Kazan. Kazan was the mage of... he was Strahd's mage in Castle Ravenloft. And after Strahd had killed Sergei, it was Kazan's job to destroy the Sun Sword.
He didn't do a very good job.
No. He succeeded in shattering the crystal blade, but his assistant stole the hilt and ran off with it. And so Pepperell, when you see the name Kazan, you get a flood of anger emotion from the Sun Sword.
Sure.
And you see...
Why the Sun Sword's eager to kill Strahd to get him away.
Right. Esmeralda comes up to the symbol in the middle of the door, and she rearranges the lines and stick figures in such a way that the door unlocks and opens. And she tells you that, and she makes sure that you can see how to do this. She says that if you make a mistake in moving these lines, that a blue dragon will appear and attack anybody who tries to break into the tower. It's an excellent defense mechanism.
Yeah, if you've got a blue dragon handy that'll stay put.
Right?
These people are awesome, and I want them working.
What kind of trap do you, or what kind of security measures do you have on your tower? Blue dragon of fuck you.
Is that your security company? Sort of?
Maybe? As you step in, the flagstone floor is strewn with debris and a few old crates stand near the east wall. A torn curtain to the south partially obscures the tower vestibule. A 5-foot square indentation in the center of the floor contains 4 pulleys attached to taut iron chains that stretch up through a similarly sized hole in the rotted wood ceiling. Standing next to the chains are 4 tall clay golems. She comes over and speaks to the golems, and the golems start to work these pulleys. And from up above, you can see that an elevator is descending on ropes from the ceiling. As soon as it hits the floor, she invites all of you to step onto the platform, and she tells the golems to go ahead and raise the elevator, and it starts to raise you up. And it passes through the second floor. Dust and cobwebs fill this otherwise empty room, the wooden floor of which is badly rotted and partially collapsed. It goes up through the 6th floor. Time and the elements have all but destroyed this chamber, leaving a gash in the northwest wall and slimy black mildew on the walls. The wooden floor is completely rotted and has begun to fall away in places. And finally, you reach the 4th floor, the top of the tower. Unlike the levels below, this room shows signs of recent habitation. And although the place reeks of mold and mildew, it has plenty of creature comforts, including a cozy bed, a desk with a matching chair, bright tapestries, and a large iron stove with plenty of wood to feed it. Light enters through arrow slits, as well as through a dirt-caked window with broken shutters. Other features of the room include a standing suit of armor and a wooden chest. Old wooden rafters bend under the weight of the tower roof, which has somehow remained intact. Mounted to the rafters are pulleys around which hang iron chains that support the tower's elevator platform. Seated at the desk, you see a man that you've already met.
Oh, was he at the tavern with that guy?
He was at the tavern. He turns around and you see Rictavio. And as soon as you recognize who he is, the illusion fades, and instead you see an older gentleman wearing spectacles. And he looks at Esmeralda and he says, "Oh, who have you brought to see me?" "Why, I know these individuals. What is it that I can do for you?"
We are going to attack Strahd also, and we need to make a plan so that we can coordinate our efforts.
He says, "Well, that making a plan is definitely a wise course of action."
Plan for making a plan.
The plan for making a plan.
We have 12% of a plan. Can you help us?
Esmeralda fills him in on what you told her about your encounter with the Abbot, and informs him that the Abbot and his flesh golem Vasilka are no more. Do you also tell them about your solution to the Mongrelfolk?
Our what? The Mongrelfolk?
Your solution? Your final solution for the Mongrelfolk?
I'd say we don't disclose as much as we can unless he directly asks about it. Not right, but not give him too much.
Well, I'm not dishonest, but it's really hard to brag about that, so I think I might be able to leave that out.
Let's just gloss over that whole situation.
It was really gross, too, so...
We're talking History 101.
So you all get a long rest,
Good.
and you learn a little bit about your hosts. So you learn that Esmeralda de Evenure is a Vistani. She is the protege of Rudolf van Richten, and she jokingly laughs that she's his protege, although their first encounter was anything but pleasant. She says that you learn that when Esmeralda was a little girl, her family kidnapped Van Richten's teenage son, Erasmus, and delivered him to the clutches of Strahd. Even today, years later, she can still hear Erasmus's pleas for mercy, and that they have haunted her since childhood. Van Richten tracked down Esmeralda's family soon after the kidnapping, but not before the Vistani had sold the boy. Though Van Richten could have done them harm, he instead interrogated Esmeralda's mother and father on the whereabouts of his missing son, and he was satisfied with the answers. He spared their lives before departing with the information that they had given him. In witnessing Van Richten's act of mercy, Esmeralda was deeply moved by it and decided to join him. Van Richten, you learn, let's see here. He tells you that he says, "I am not a young man anymore. I can't do this kind of thing on my own." He says, "My life will soon come to an end. But I've come to Barovia to kill Strahd von Zarovich, the greatest vampire of them all. I have studied Strahd for years, and I know he cannot hope to beat the vampire. I know that I cannot hope to beat the vampire in a straight-up one-on-one confrontation. I must wait for the right moment to strike. I have good evidence to suggest that Strahd periodically hibernates in his coffin, sometimes for years." He says, "While he bides his time, I hide in plain sight. I have a hat of disguise that I use to take on the role of Rictavio, a traveling carnival." He says, "I trust that you have met the Keepers of the Feather."
The keepers of what now?
The keepers of the feather. He's referring to the were-ravens.
The whiny people? Yeah. We don't know.
I love those guys.
Yeah, he says they are good friends. I think that they may prove helpful when the time comes.
So how will we know when it's the right moment? Is there a way for us to
So
contact them?
he goes over what you have learned and collected as far as the Sun Sword, the Holy Symbol of Ravenkind, and the Tome of Strahd. And he says these are all excellent items that will help you in your battle. However, the most important item is, in which the Tome of Strahd kind of began for you, is knowledge upon Strahd as an individual. And he tells you,
Super emo?
well, there's that, yes. But I think that it would be important to know why he is super emo. And he tells you that
Is it because he's been listening too much My Chemical Romance?
blood on the dance floor. He tells you that the real knowledge to be gained from this would be found in the Amber Temple.
Oh yeah, I heard of that place. That's where the abbot went insane.
Yes. He says the abbot is a tragic figure. He was a diva from Mount Celestia that came to Barovia to not necessarily destroy Strahd, but to try to save him. And in so doing, discovered that like every other creature in Barovia, he's trapped here. And over the centuries that he has been trapped in Barovia, he slowly went insane.
Well, I'm glad that wouldn't happen to me.
He tells you that if you have any guilt over destroying the abbot, that you should assuage your guilt in knowing that you released him from torture.
I did do a great thing, didn't I?
Look how awesome I am. So, the first thing that he tells you is that if you're planning a trip to the Amber Temple, you will need cold weather gear. And so he supplies you with cold weather cloaks and furs, and so that you can trudge through the snowy landscape. He also supplies you with snowshoes.
Sweet. I'll say thank you. That's great.
He also is going to give each of you an item from his chest. Pepperroll, roll D100.
This is gonna go badly. 65.
He gives you a bag of holding.
Oh.
We have to, if we want to make a crazy explosion, we can.
Mike, roll D100.
6.
He gives you a potion of greater healing.
Potion greater.
Helga, roll D100.
59.
He gives you... On there, I have to look. He gives you a paladin spell scroll of Find Steed.
Of what?
Find Steed.
Find speed. Okay. Cool.
And Carice, roll D100.
54.
I don't know why you would need this. So I'm going to change that. Let me look something up here. He gives you a fist-size gem that looks like a blue sapphire.
Ooh, blue sapphire.
It is an elemental gem. If you break this gem open, it will summon an air elemental that is trapped inside.
Does it say what size? Medium? Small?
It is. Let me look. It is right out of the monster manual. I believe they're large, but don't quote me on that.
Okay. I couldn't remember if there was different sizes in 5 or not.
Some of them, yeah. So an air elemental is a large elemental.
Oh, okay. It's the basic one.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. He tells you that these items should help you in your journey to through Solenka Pass and through the Amber Temple.
Excellent. I am eager to go that direction, but I don't know how much we're going to get done in this session.
I know. I think that this is probably going to be a good place to stop for the day. We will pick up heading to Solenka Pass next week. Also, you guys got through a little bit of, you got through some of this stuff a little faster than I had prepped. I thought that this was going to take longer, but you whooped up on the Diva thanks to Maximilian's Earthen Grasp and his shitty rolls. So, so we will go ahead and pick this up next week. I will have your midwinter gifts ready for you. We will do that at the start of the session next week.
Cool.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, gang.
All right.
Happy holidays.
Have a good night, and I will talk to you next week and probably see you online.
Okay.
Alright.
Have a good night.
Later.
And thank you for watching.